Let's install together the Cheshire Cat AI. It's gonna be really easy. The only things you need in advance is Docker on your system. How to check if you have Docker or not, if you are on the Mac or if you are on the Linux, just do Docker. Docker Compose should be included, you see. On Windows, you need to install a Docker Desktop probably, and before doing what I'm about to do, you need to open the Docker environment. So the only prerequisite is Docker, install Docker, this one. If you need extractions, go to get Docker. Here it is. Here you find anything you need to know for different operating systems. So then you go into the docs, the documentation for the Cheshire Cat. There is a quick start, a really easy to use quick start. Here it is, some information before you go on. And then this is the best part, installation and first configuration. There is already a snippet. This is a file you need to create on your system called compose.yml. You can copy directly. I'm going to explain it to you line by line, so it is not hard to do. By the way, just open your Visual Studio Code, your editor or anything. File, open folder. Okay, let's create a folder somewhere. Create a folder, name is demo. Let's open this folder. So you just need to be inside an empty folder. Just create a file. Let's call it compose.yaml and just paste there what we just copied from the documentation. What is this stuff doing? I recommend to you to learn Docker in general for your profession as a technician, a coder, a technology creative, because Docker allows you to have just one dependency, which is Docker on your system, and you can install basically anything without cluttering your system. What are we doing here? We are declaring a new service called Cheshire Cat Core. This is the image, the Docker image the Compose is going to download, because the cat is already packaged is inside a container. A container is the new version of a virtual machine. It's some kind of wrapped operating system, really easy to use, and you can throw it away, re-download it at any time. It's repeatable. We give a name to the container, we open some ports. In this case, we care about this port mapping. What does this mean? Port 1865 on our system will map to port 80 inside the container we're going to run. This is just to debug, it's not, it's optional. And these are volumes. What are these volumes? You can easily see if you just open a terminal. Let's open a terminal. In our terminal, we just need to write docker compose app. You can do pool before doing app, but it will do it automatically. Docker compose app. I already have this image downloaded, so yeah, here it is, the cat. It came into the terminal. You're gonna see this beautiful cat here. I'm so proud of this. So I want to thank all the contributors who made this possible, because we built something really great, I think. This is an open source framework, of course, Python based. So now we know the cat is on, and it just created automatically the 3 volumes we declared here. You see? We declared here the volumes. And 3 folders are automatically created. Data is so volume is just a folder inside the virtual machine of the cat that is mapped to a folder in your system. It's really easy. Oh, damages. What are these folders going to do? Static is this one. It's for static files, not really needed at the moment. Plugins, here it is. It's where you're going to install and write all your plugins, download them from the registry or just write your own. And data is where configuration and databases are going to end up. So let's launch it. We already have a log here saying cat REST API and cat admin, and let's go to this. Here it is. You should go under localhost 1865/admin. You should see something like this. There are two already prepared users inside. Admin. Let's get in. So let's start from the user themselves. If you want to change them, go to the settings and you will find a list of the user. Please, if you go to production, delete any user you don't need and give admin a really long passwords. And also there are a few other things to do that are documented on the docs, which you can find here. So administration. Here there is a lot of stuff you need to know about security and about how to communicate with your cat from other services. By the way, plugins is where you install plugins. There are many of them. I recommend you to install as a first Cat Advanced Tools, which is the most downloaded one by Nicola Corbellini. Here it is. Now that Cat Advanced Tools is installed, we have settings. We can do a few stuff here, but I'll come back to it later. The settings is where you need to configure your language model. Here I will configure some OpenAI or Llama. You can do many things. We have Regolo in Italy as a service. Just configure your language model and also your embedder. I'm going to do it privately to not show the keys. So I configured both the language model and the embedder. What is this stuff about? The language model produces language. The embedder is useful, is another model that we use to store and retrieve text in a geometrical form. This is important for having the cat remember your documents and your web pages. Outendler is a little advanced, not for this tutorial. This is a memory page. Let's see what the cat knows about something like get the time, which is the only pre-included operation. You will see there are a few points. No blue points, which are conversation, no green points, which are documents. There are a few yellow points. We will see these in later videos. Now let's go to the home and let's say, how you doing? I attached at the moment just ChatGPT, the 4.1, but any language model will do. If you have a Llama, I suggest for a small GPU, something like, I don't know, Llama 3, 8 billion, something like that. So it's working. Let's upload maybe a document or a web page, upload a file, upload URL. I'm just going to upload a random PDF or something. Here it is, a paper on federated learning. The cat is going to say, yeah, I'm ingesting, just wait a little. Meanwhile, we can see in the memory page that contents are being ingested. You should see also a percentage appear. So federated learning, you see? These green dots are chunks of the document we are just ingesting. We can also upload a web page, I don't know, maybe some Wikipedia page related to federated Wikipedia, catastrophic forgetting. You can easily... No, forgetting. Yes, it is catastrophic forgetting. Let's copy the address. You can also open up again the... Here it is, upload URL. Let's also upload URL. This admin interface was done by Daniele Nicosia, thanks Daniele. I want to also mention more contributors. I'm sorry, there are many people working on this, and we are mostly Italian, but the community has become international recently. And so now we are ingesting also the web page. Point is, if you go to the memory page, you're gonna find relevant content for the query. You see this red dot is what we say. If I say federated learning, this is going to be embedded with this model, the embedder, and then similar content is going to be searched inside the database. In this case, the CAT database is called Quadrant. You can ask, I don't know, which types of federated learning do you know? Should be able to say yes, you see? If you go on the question mark, declarative will show which kind of chunks have been used to reply and from which document. Episodic is a conversation memory because the cat keeps a global conversation memory separated from the documents, and he always will remember what you say to it. And procedural, it's for a new video. To create a plugin, you will operate directly inside the folder here, plugins. But this is a matter for another video. You can easily create a custom memory, as you saw, just with drag and drop stuff, PDF and web pages. We will see how to create plugins and how to connect to the cat from any page. For now, congratulations of completing the installation. There is also a full video course about the Cheshire Cat in Italian from Michael Saccone. I'm gonna link it in the description. Bye! Meow.